like, Belle, who needs enemies? Because this girl is wild.
Oh, Belle.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island All-Stars Season 3, Episode 27. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, hype up the video, and leave a comment down below. I've been realizing there's a lot of you new people, shout out to my subscribers, but there's a lot of you new people coming back and not subscribing. We have goals to reach this year. Please subscribe. It's free of charge. Thank you very much. So, we're going to start with the result from the heart rate challenge. We have Millie, whose heart rate was raised the most by Zach, Helena by Harrison, Sammy by Tommy. It had to be the socks. It had to be. Leanne by Yaman. Lucinda by Sean, Cher by Harrison, Whitney by Jack. Whitney? Okay. Belle by Scott. I mean, he literally spit in her mouth. Yaman by Jesse. Whitney didn't like that. Me neither. Jack by Cher. Tommy by Jesse. Sean by Lucinda. Harrison by Belle. Carrington by Jesse. Kieran by Jesse. Zach by Jesse. And Scott by Jesse. Damn, Jesse. It had to have been when she first walked out, because personally, I do think there were better performances than hers, but the shock of seeing somebody new might have been what caused that, because wow. So the couple with the best results was Sean and Lucinda. I hate this for me because, man, they are really proving that their connection is stronger than the villa wants to believe it to be. So this challenge really worked in their favor. And the couple who did the worst is Whitney and Yaman. I thought it was going to be a dumping. I was going to be depressed. I was like, please don't send Whitney and Yaman home. Just not yet. But that didn't happen. Carrington is out here like, oh, do you think it's crazy how I had the American flag Speedo? Sweetie, it's not about you right now. Whitney and Yaman are currently in mourning. This is not the time. But anyways, Belle and Scott are debriefing about the challenge, and this is the start of my irritation throughout this episode.
What is going on?
I don't know.
I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I don't care.
It's given didn't plan on behaving like that, but just had an alter ego that came up.
That. Sometimes a good boy just needs a bad girl to change his life.
I'm not a good boy. Well, this would be nuclear war if this goes wrong.
Turns me on a little bit.
Oh no.
Just disgusting. I'm disgusted. Ugh. If this was early on in the season, I actually wouldn't be mad. But too much has transpired between Scott and Leanne. Seemingly, Belle and Leanne have gotten too close. I'm not too sure about that anymore for this to make sense. This is just not right. And Belle knows that. If she thought there was nothing wrong, she would have been more honest about her behavior as it was transpiring. But no, she wants to say, oh, I don't know what he said. Oh, I don't recall this. Oh, is it really that bad? It can't be that bad. If it wasn't that bad, you would have just owned it. Jesse decides to interrupt the conversation. I'm thinking, Jesse, the queue is around the corner. Please go somewhere else. We got too much going on in this situation right now. Kieran and Sammy have a chat about the challenge and Jesse coming in, and Sammy feels like he is looking for another test. He's trying to reassure her that that's not the case, that he's sold on her and nobody else is going to turn his head moving forward. She says she doesn't need a test, never needed a test, that all she sees right now for herself is Kieran, and she doesn't think anybody but Superman can top the connection that they have. And I'm like, thank you. Because in as much as the whole test thing is indicative of Love Island, it's not necessary for your relationship. You don't need to explore options to know that the person who you're relating to is the person for you, or at least the person you want to focus on to see if they're the person for you. It's not necessary. So I'm glad that Sammy said that. Like, I know what I have with you. I'm confident in what I have with you. I don't need nobody testing that. Millie and Zach are on the terrace and she's having similar concerns. She's worried that Zach is going to be interested in Jesse. And Zach is like, you're spiraling and I haven't even said a word to the girl. Like, Millie Relax. She just thinks because they are so similar, being tall and slim and blonde and sweet, that he's gonna automatically like her. Personality goes a long way. It's not just what you look like. So, girl, calm down. He says, let's just see how things pan out. It's not like I'm closed off, but nothing has happened yet. Just relax. I'm thinking to myself, Zach, this is the most relevant you have ever been in the Love Island universe. You would be an idiot to jeopardize that. Whitney has a conversation with Belle, and she tells her yet again that her behavior is uncalled for and she needs to be able to own her decisions, because right now this is very snaky behavior.
Why are you brushing the Scott thing?
What?
Oh, you need to speak to her.
What am I meant to say?
The truth.
I don't know what's going on
Just
in his
be
fucking
like,
head.
I fancy Scott. Obviously, it's been her whole experience. It's not small to her. My thing is, honesty is the best policy. If it's my friend, I would rather that than nothing.
From now on, Belle will be called Belinda, since she wants to be Lucinda so bad. Like, Belinda, girl, you need to be honest. If you are calling Leanne your friend, you need to be honest. And later on in the episode, she says to Leanne, I didn't want to come to you with plastic, saying that I didn't want to come with something that wasn't a sure thing. It doesn't matter. Truthfully, it doesn't matter. If you are even having the thought of pushing up on my man and you literally see, my brain can't even process this. You actually make strides towards that. I'm owed a conversation. I'm owed that. Even Leanne later on in the dressing room says, I'm hurt that I'm the last to know about this. It seems like everybody's talking about me behind my back, and I just find out after everybody else knows about it, which isn't fair. So yeah, Belle, you keep saying, oh, I have so much respect for Leanne. I have so much. Show it. Act like it. Scott talks to Leanne. He was so close to genuinely winning her back if he wasn't trying to have his cake and eat it too, since that was his phrase early on in the season, and just focused on Leanne in that challenge. Like, he was so close.
What is we're not done till we're done mean? Don't start that.
Miss you.
I was like, the door is open.
Leanne, I still have feelings for you. The door's open. Is it a bit open?
It might have been a little bit open.
I can't get over the feelings that I've better here.
Don't smile at me.
I like smiling at you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I feel the same.
I can't even be giddy about this. I can't. I liked them, but I was skeptical of Scott. Then he got me on side, and now I'm even more weary of him than I was to begin with. In bed, Millie is still spiraling about Jesse. Millie, nothing has happened. Oh my goodness. I actually need her to chill. In the morning, though, we have Zach, who says that he is open to getting to know, what's her name? Jessie, but he's not going to do a lot of grafting. So if she goes for it, cool, but he's not going to seek her out all the time, right? Then we have Helena and Leanne, who feel like they ended things with their people too early. I would agree as far as Leanne is concerned. I think that Helena was right to call out Carrington on what she called him out on. As for Leanne, now the damage is done, but before, I think that she went doomsday way too quickly. When early on with the exploration of Cher, it really was nothing. It truly was nothing. So whatever. These two, I'm too old for this. Jessie decides to take Zach for a chat. In that chat, she spoke about why things ended with Joey. She basically said that the social pressure was a lot and people had a lot of opinions. Respectfully, Jessie, even without the public opinion, you knew this was a wasted connection. You knew this was a wasted connection. A part of me always thought it was that idea of I get to be with Joey Essex that kept her around. And I'm sticking to that. Then we have Belinda, who has gotten really bold, and she decides to take Scott to the secret garden.
Secret garden is crazy work. Oh, I can't be arsed with this.
We flirted as friends so long and now we're...
Flirting not as friends.
Do you think I'm the only person here who can handle you?
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you that yesterday. I think we're open to getting to know each other.
And whatever happens, our friendship stays.
Let's hope you don't do the same thing as Sean and you can see what you got in front of you.
Fit, you know you're fit.
I know.
We'd have great looking kids with great eyes.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Scott was like, hey, you sit on that couch, I'm gonna sit over here. But overall, this does not give Operation Get Leanne back. Not in the slightest. Even the chat that they were having, to me, it was dead, but it is way flirtier than any of the chats he had with Cher. So I'm thinking, Scott, what the hell is going on with you? Then Belinda has the audacity to say, you better not pull a Sean and not appreciate what you have in front of you. Why shouldn't he pull a Sean? You're pulling a Lucinda. And even Leanne herself has clocked this. She's like, wait a minute. Are you the same one who was mad at Lucinda for doing the same thing that you now doing to me, who is actually your friend? How dare you? And yeah, Belinda, how dare you? Leanne is upset that Belinda did not take the opportunity to talk to her before she made any move on Scott. So finally, Belinda has a conversation with Leanne. And honestly, Belinda, you should not be shocked. You should not be shocked that Leanne is pissed off because you had been warned multiple times that this was not going to end well.
I wish you'd said something before,
Yeah.
at least.
I'm not going to come to you with plastic. And he was like, you know, like, we'll have a few more chats. And I think we're both open to exploring that. I don't want to do anything behind your back, and it's never been intentional.
Right.
And with you, you're kind of like closed off, then you're not, then you want...
I just don't know how I'm feeling about that on his end. Oh, it's boring. Thanks for letting me know. I'm over it.
On the one hand, I do feel for Leanne. A part of me, though, is like, you are the one who ended it. You had your reasons for ending it. And although the feelings were still there, you can't be entirely mad that he's interested in moving on, considering the environment that we're in and the ambiguity of your relationship at the time that you ended it. Now, the choice of who he moved on to is mad. That one is wild. And the person who was supposed to be your friend doing what she's doing, that's also insane. So I understand the frustration 100%. If I knew that you were going to do this to me, I would never have cried to you as my friend. I would never have vented to you. I would never have entrusted you to help me walk off the cliff or to help me sort out my feelings, knowing you were plotting on my man the whole time. I completely feel for Leanne in that moment. She walks off because it's too much for her. I get it. Lucinda chases her down. She's not helping the matter at all. She's stoking that fire like, you know, you're better than Scott. You know what? Lucinda, please. Please. Leanne does not need anybody firing her up because she crashes out for not much, truthfully. In my opinion, I feel like Leanne crashes out just a little too easily. But anyways, Leanne is like, I just need some time to think. So as of right now, she has not made a solid decision on what the plan is regarding Scott. Harrison takes Cher to the terrace. He says that he comes off more mature than people think, and he wanted to really sell that story by coming back with some stubble. Boy, bye. Cher then talks to Jack, and she tells him that Harrison believes that they make a better couple than herself and Jack, especially because he hasn't really seen her laugh most of the time that she's been on the show, which is facts. It's so true. Whenever she's with Jack, I'm just like, this is it? This is your number one connection? This is the one that's just so strong? She does admit that the connection with Jack doesn't bring out the funny side of her, but she claims that they're very tactile and she likes where things are going. But later on in the evening, she gaslights the hell out of Jack. I'm trying to remember what was said because I don't think I wrote it here. She makes Jack feel crazy for reading into the situation with Harrison. It is clear that Cher is actually into Harrison, that Cher enjoys her time with Harrison more than she enjoys her time with Jack. And Jack is realizing that, and he's like, you know what? I got to put myself first, Lucius. And she's like, well, I don't get to decide who gets to pull me. It's not my fault that he's into me. We didn't even do anything. It's not even anything to worry about. Cher, don't do that. Do not do that. This is another instance where I see the similarities with Cher and Scott. Just wow. I'm really indifferent when it comes to Jack, but I don't think that it is fair that she is gaslighting him like this. I think just cut that man loose, girl. Like, whatever. Tommy and Jesse then have a chat, and I'm thinking, jump scare to go from Joey to a guy 10 years Joey's junior. Mercy God. She says that he is her type to a T, down to the fact that he's Italian. She likes his maturity, confidence, and loyalty, I think it was. Yeah, she really like him. So, okay. In the evening, Leanne and Scott have a chat about his day, which really just confuses the both of them even more.
What's going on with that?
Belle pulled me into the secret garden.
She said you two are getting to know each other romantically.
I never even said I want to get to know. I just said, like, okay, we'll have a couple of chats. I just said, whatever happens, like, the friendship remains.
I don't even know at this point.
I miss what we were building. I miss being in bed with you. I miss you.
Scott, it's actually not that hard. If you want the girl, just pursue the girl and only the girl. If you want Leanne back so bad, focus on getting Leanne back. You tell me how it makes any sense. Yeah? To pursue Belinda and think Leanne's gonna be cool with this. How'd that work? How'd that work? And I understand what he's saying, like, oh, one day she says that it's closed, and the other day she says, I miss you, and then what? Fine, but let's not act like you haven't put out mixed signals too. Y'all both be doing this. At the end of the day, if you want the girl, go for the girl. That is clear as day. So then Leanne and Lucinda start ranting about Belinda, and they realize, wait a damn minute, this girl is a hypocrite. And sure enough, she really is. She truly is. And I really do feel for Leanne in this moment, because she's like, damn, I feel like everybody has just been talking about me behind my back. They've been encouraging Belinda. They've been encouraging Belinda to go for Scott and like just playing in my face. And it's not entirely true. Have the women categorically been shutting it down? Not necessarily, but Whitney has called out Belinda on her behavior multiple times now. So but then Whitney, let's just focus on this right now. I think that more people have Leanne's back than she knows, but they're also not looping Leanne in. So I completely understand why she feels the way that she feels. Yeah, there's a lot of factions in this girl group. It's interesting. We'll get back to that in a second. Harrison and Helena have a conversation. He says that he gravitates towards her. Helena's like, shut up. You do not. We are just friends, and you just see familiarity here. She also says that there is no chance they would ever reconnect romantically, not only because of what transpired on their season, but because she did have moments of comforting Lauren. Her name is Lauren, right? Lauren. And it wasn't good to hear how he treated her. And I'm like, I really like this new what's her name? Helena. Oh no. I really like this new Helena. I'm a big fan of you. Then she has a conversation with Carrington, and she's like, you know what? I think what I said about you wasn't nice, and I do apologize for that. I also do think that I ended the connection prematurely. Personally, I think the read was correct, but fine. They do make amends, and they kiss on one of the day beds, or was it the fire pit? I don't know. And if it's just for banter, cool. Whatever. So then Whitney has a conversation with Scott. And this started like something I would support, and then it took a turn, and I was like, oh no, what's happening? Basically, Whitney is saying to Scott, I can't tell you who is best for you. I think it's time for you to think practically. I think it's time that you think long-term. Who's going to make the most sense, not just here in the villa, but on the outside, who's going to fit your lifestyle the most? That's what you need to be looking at. And that's why I think Belinda's the girl for you. Now, hold on. Now, hold on, Whitney. This is now the second time you have been in support of Scott with anyone but Leanne. What's going on? I know that we feel like these two girls have some kind of like a frenemies relationship, but I'm thinking like, no, something is amiss here. I'm not quite sure. I even saw a TikTok, not that we should read into the TikTok. I saw a TikTok of some of the prominent Black girls from Love Island UK from the past, and them being like, oh, we're ready to go in to support Leanne. And I'm thinking, oh, is there a rift when it comes to Whitney and the girls? What's going on? I mean, it doesn't fully shock me, but like, what's going on? So yeah, I'm thinking, why not have these conversations with Leanne? If you don't think that she and Scott make sense, just tell her. Like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? So then Scott has a talk with Belinda on the terrace, and he's like, yeah, Whitney's giving me a lot to think about.
I don't even want to know.
I just told Scott, I was like, you got to think longevity.
Get
I'm
closer
scared
then.
of what you'll do.
What am I going to do?
I need to start putting feelings aside and start thinking more logically.
The thing is, 1 minute she wants you, the next minute she doesn't. Why don't you just live in the moment, Scott? Why don't you, if it feels good, do it, and if it doesn't, don't? Enjoy it.
Oh, Belle.
Oh, Scott.
Belinda says that she does not like the word no. Such is life, Belle. Such is life. You don't always get your way. She then has she says to Scott, do you struggle with expressing your emotions? And he says, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to sort that out, Scott. Truly, you're going to have to sort that out. I know he's only 25, but he's also 25. I know you're only 25, but you're also 25. Come on. And then also I'm looking at you, Belinda. I don't want to hear a damn thing regarding his emotional repression, regarding his immaturity, regarding him not being able to be vulnerable. I don't want to hear nothing because he told you. He told you. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. So the girlies are fighting. And I know typically I'm okay with the girls not getting along because that's life. Sometimes Love Island really pisses me off trying to make it seem like all the girls are besties when that's not real life. It's not true. But this is nasty and I don't like this. This is no bueno. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.